up with the IRS. Okay. Thanks for your testimony today.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Chairman, members.
Good to see you.
My name is Richard Jankovsky. I'm president of the DPS Officers Association, currently stationed in Victoria. Last session, the legislature committed funding to help bring the main ERS fund into actuarial soundness, and we thank you for the commitment of those funds. Now, with inflation growing at a rapid pace and the comptroller projecting a historic surplus of state revenue, we ask that this committee recommend that next legislature use some of the projected surplus to fill the shortfall in LECOS. The one payment idea resonated with me. LECOS provides supplemental retirement and death benefits for members of ERS who have completed 20 or more years of service as a law enforcement or custodial officer. It's a very important benefit to myself and to other DPSOA members because commissioned law enforcement officers can retire at an earlier age than traditional retirees with state employment. We already contribute an additional 0.5% of our gross monthly salary, which is deducted on a pre-tax basis to help fund LECOS. So we are asking that the state fully fund LECOS rather than require more dollars be taken from our paychecks. Also, as president of DPSOA, I hear from many of our retired members who have not received a cost of living adjustment in their monthly annuities in over 20 years. In fact, it's been since 2001, and they are struggling for their basic needs. Should the main ERS fund and LECOS be made actuarially sound, we are asking for a COLA for these retirees, asking for you to consider this because it is needed, and it is desperately needed. I appreciate your time and attention, the entire committee, and your commitment to ensuring state employees are valued and rewarded for their hard work. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you for your service, Richard. Members, any questions of our panelists? Representative Rogers.
Yes. As far as the COLA amount, do you have a number percentage-wise or
I wouldn't know what the cost would be. I will tell you in talking with the retirees, I know historically a 13th check was issued and some discussions that we had a meeting in Amarillo on Saturday, and in some of those discussions we were talking about rather than a 13th check, perhaps a percentage should be considered, so maybe something similar to whatever Social Security is doing, because the benefit would be longer. As we see, it's been over 20 years since the last 13th check, so if we did some type of percentage increase, they would receive that benefit longer. Haven't really got to sit down and think of an actual percentage amount, but I think something similar to whatever Social Security is doing is something that maybe we should consider.
So you 3% in that range, is that?
I wish I even knew what Social Security was doing. Some of them have said 7 to 8%. I don't know.
Okay.
Haven't made it. Hopefully I live far long enough to see what that'll be, but right now it's not on my radar. So,
okay.
But I think that would be much appreciated. Any percentage amount. I mean, if a 13 check is all we could see, anything's better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the big picture, I think a percentage that is applied over the length of the retiree's life would be much more beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and your testimony today. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So is there anyone else wishing to testify items number 3 or 4 related to the Employee Retirement System Pension Fund or our Law Enforcement Custodial Officer Supplemental Retirement Fund and the Judicial Retirement System of Texas Plan 2? Hearing none, members, there is no further business left to discuss, so the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services stands adjourned, subject to call of the chair.